that go as well as you hoped it would?
It did, yeah. It was pretty close to perfect, which is how you want to do it. That's obviously what you aim for every game. If that's realistic, I'm not sure, but it's certainly what you aim for.
Obviously, Saturday was good for you. What was just sort of that next day or even the hours after, like, were the texts sort of rolling in, people congratulating you?
Yeah, it was fun. Some congratulation texts, but I mean, a lot of the messages were just kind of like, we knew you had it in you. I mean, it's about time, kind of like everyone else saw. A lot of my former teammates, high school buds, all that. Just kind of the message of, I mean, we knew it was there, just a matter of showing the rest of the country, which I couldn't agree more. So that was fun, just going out there and having success and getting this offense rolling.
Did you hear from a lot of USC folks?
A few, like I said, some former teammates on Twitter and text messages and Snapchat and all that. But so yeah, a handful of SC folks, which is always cool. I mean, there's some good people back there, and they'll always be close to my heart. So it was good to hear from them.
What was different? What was different Saturday than in previous games?
That's the thing. I don't know. Really. I think as an offense, we probably kept them off balance the best we've done all year long as far as pass, run, play action, shovel, deep shots. I think just keeping them off balance, I think, helped our offense as a whole. But in terms of me or any one thing, it was just normal ball out there, and we executed at a high level, which you aim for every week.
Max, coach said you never lost confidence, but how significant was it for you to have a game like that, especially with a newer team?
100%. I think, like you said, I always tried to stay kind of even keel, but having a game like that, I mean, you guys are out there for a little bit today. You kind of feel the offense. It's a little more pep in our step this Tuesday practice after a win, after a big performance. And so that's huge for our offense as a whole, and hopefully we can continue it in Syracuse.
What do you know about that game last year?
I know that I got an ESPN update on my phone that said highest scoring game ever, and it was Pitt Syracuse, and it was basketball score mixed up. It almost seemed like you mixed up the sports. I mean, to be honest, I haven't watched that game yet. I will probably today or tomorrow, but it sounds like it was just points left, points right, almost scoring too fast is kind of the MO I heard.
Has there been much talk about that game among the team this week, maybe more than some of the other teams that you're playing for another time this year?
To be honest, not really. I think you kind of separate the years a little bit. Obviously, it's a conference opponent, so there is some familiar faces when you go through the depth chart and all that. But in terms of talking about points of last year, there really hasn't been any of that.
Max, do you feel more comfortable in the system, at this point than you did against Youngstown State?
I mean, the easy answer would be yes, but to be honest, not really. I mean, I've been comfortable. I mean, I've kind of told you guys all along, coming in spring, having that was under my belt was huge. But as far as the comfort level, not really in terms of thinking or anything like that. I mean, I've felt comfortable. Just things weren't playing out on the scoreboard for whatever reason the first few weeks, and they did yesterday, which was awesome to see. Or 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Did you see guys in the secondary more wide open or more open than they had been in previous games?
Yes and no. I think we did. I mean, obviously, Jester's deep ball. I mean, that's as easy as it gets for that first touchdown. But a lot of them are contested catches. It's guys getting off their releases. It's me putting the ball on time, right on target, and making the plays, which is what you got to do, especially in a conference like this. And so, getting that under our belt and moving forward is huge for us.
How do you feel like Rara's taking a role? I mean, there's a lot of good wide receivers on this team. He's a smaller guy, but he seems like he's really stepped up.
Yeah, Rara's big time for us. As far as precision, he's our guy with that. As far as executing little things, I think obviously in the slot you're getting a lot more hands-on, some more man matchups. So you have to be a technician in the slot. That's exactly what he is. And so I think that's a great point, a great observation by you. He's been big for us.
Have you played a game in a dome before?
I have played about probably 8 or so, 10 dome games in high school. So in Washington, you play in a dome when you get to the later games, and then I played in Dallas Stadium last year, which is, I guess technically it's indoor. But besides that, this will be the first one.
Is this, take all the elements out of it, turf and all that stuff? Is it one where maybe it lends itself to the passing game a little bit, having a little more success?
I think so. Yeah, we're not having to worry about elements. I think that's definitely the case. I mean, for a QB like me, for a kicker, I'm sure if you ask Kessman the same thing, we're fired up. I mean, with no elements. I mean, that's definitely friendly for us.
Good to see a guy like Chris Clark break through. I mean, after the drop at Penn State and to have a game like he did.
100%. I think if you go back and see like Brian's celebration with him after, I'm right there, big hugs. I forget the next guys that are in, but everyone's hyped for him because with a kid like that who's kind of had some tough go-arounds as far as transferring and had the knee and like you said had the drops, for him to have success, that's huge for a guy like that. A guy that has all the talent in the world, and we see it day to day, but him to go show that in the game, I think that's huge for him.
He took that shot on the sideline. I think he was back in like 2 plays later, right? I mean, it looked like
Yeah.
he took a pretty rough one.
Yeah, I fit one in there, and it's kind of one of those plays you're hoping that he catches it, holds on, but he took a lick for sure. But I mean, it's tough kid for him to get back in there. That was big for us.
What have just the last 3 weeks been like for you to be in a situation where you've kind of had a quarterback job won and then have it go back into a competition and have to win it back? Just what's that experience been like, and what's it?
Yeah,
You know.
it's been wild, but for better or for worse, I'm used to it. Been through it before, so it wasn't emotionally draining or anything like that. Tried to stay even keeled, but I mean here we are now. I'm back on track, and team's coming off a win, so can't ask for anything more moving forward.
Max, what have you seen from Syracuse in the film that you've seen so far, defensively?
Yeah, defensively they're good up front. Their ends are good, real active, playing a lot of man, which basically says that their defensive coordinator trusts them, which you have to have guys to go out there and do that. But they're good, athletic up front, athletic in the back end, and they're a good test for us.
Max, what's it mean to you to get an ACC Weekly Award? What do those things mean to you?
I mean, it's nice. I mean, not going to downgrade it. I mean, it's cool seeing that and kind of getting recognized for that. But at the end of the day, I mean, wins are the most important thing. Those are how you're going to be remembered. And so, especially conference wins like the one coming up. So, focus on that more.